This is a continuation of the science workshop test taking tips. This is part 2. And in this workshop, we're going to be looking at how to find answers within the question itself. Next, let's look at what it means to read the data tables and graphs and diagrams in front of you so you can get as much information from the test itself to answer the questions. Let's read question number 3 here on the practice test. Students are investigating the relationship between human population density and biodiversity. The amount of forest cover was used as a measure of the biodiversity of an area. The students averaged human population density and forest cover from locations with a range of population densities. The graph shows the students' results. Okay, so let's look at this graph. The first thing you want to do when you're looking at a graph is you want to read the title. The title says forest cover and human population density. Okay, then we want to look at the titles for both the X and Y axis. So the X axis is going to be human population density, so per kilometer squared. So we're looking at the number of people that there are per kilometer squared. Okay, so here we have 0 people, and then we have 500 people per kilometer squared, 1,000 people, 1,500, 2,000. Okay, so we're looking at number of people per area. And then on this side, we're looking at the percent of forest cover. So 20%, 40%, 60, and so on. So if we look and read this data table, we can see that here, when there are 0 people, we will have almost 100% forest cover. Okay, versus way over here, we now have 2,000 people per square kilometer, and we only have 20% of forest coverage there. Okay, so we can look at it there. So let's keep looking at what it looks like to answer the questions. Select the phrase from the menu to complete the sentence. Based on the graph, if the population density increased from 1 to 500 people, okay, so we're going from here to here. Okay, if it increased by 500 people per square kilometer, the forest cover will likely be blank in that area. Okay, so we went from almost 100% here of forest cover to about, it looks to me like 50% of the ground was covered by forest still. So let's see what our possible answers are going to be here. Oh, lo and behold, it says decreased by 50%. The reason why the other answers are not correct is because it wouldn't decrease by 500 kilometers if you're asking for forest cover. I'm sorry, 500 kilometers. This is not even a square area. This is just a distance, 500 kilometers. And it definitely didn't double in size. As the human population went up, the forest cover went down. So it decreased about 50%. Next, we are looking at Part B. It says, let's use our line reader here. Part B says the students identified 4 resource management strategies intended to help preserve forest cover and maintain biodiversity. The students then ran a computer simulation to graphically compare the different resource management strategies. Which graph shows results for a resource management strategy that will best preserve forest cover as a population density increases? Okay, so our goal here is to find out which one of these simulations is going to give us the most forest cover. Okay, so we want to look for high rates of percentage cover, right? High rates of percentage. And so we can see in this one that the forest cover goes down and down as we get more and more people. Whereas if we look at this one here, well, we start out with 100% of forest cover with no people per kilometer. And then look, we only go down to 80%. So something is going right here where we still have a lot of forest cover left, even while we have 2,000 people per square kilometer. This one right here wouldn't be correct because, or wouldn't be the one that we're looking for, because first of all, it didn't start out with very much forest cover, and then we went way down to only 20% forage cover. So it's not that one, not that one. Okay, and if we look at this one down here at the bottom, we can tell that this is not the right answer either, because we start here up here pretty high, but then it just goes. So we can go ahead and mark the correct answer. And I just want to show you that many of the questions that you'll find on this test, the answers are actually right here within the graphs and the data tables. So use that information to your advantage. All right, and we will come back with
Next, let's
part
look at what
3
it
of this video
means to
series on
read
test
the data
taking
tips for the
tables and
gas.
graphs and